You can change, add, or delete time signatures after you have inputted notes, and Sibelius will make rhythmic adjustments automatically for you. In fact, this is the one time you'll get a glimpse of Sibelius's ability to do a bit of its own nudging around when it comes to adjusting rhythms automatically. So to start, if you have a notated passage in one time signature, such as 4/4, and if you add a new time signature in the middle of the passage, like 3/4, then Sibelius will adjust all of the existing rhythms to fit them into the new time signature for you. So here we are with a passage in 4/4. I'm going to escape so that nothing's selected in my mouse, press the letter T for time signature, going to choose a 3/4, and then I'm just going to put this in, let's say right here at the beginning of bar 4, click in the 3/4 time signature, and Sibelius has adjusted all of the rhythms from 4/4 to 3/4 from that point forward. You can also change a small selection into a different time signature and restore the previous time signature, and Sibelius will adjust to both of those changes for you. So if I make a small selection of bars down here, let's say from bar 7 to bar 8, and then if I press T for time signature and change this temporarily into 2/4, Sibelius will restore that 3/4 at the end of my selection, and as you can see, it's done all of the rhythmic shifting around for me to make sure that all of these 3 bars are in 2/4 and the remaining bars are in 3/4. So if you have a notated passage that includes a time signature change, such as a 3/4 passage changing to 2/4, like we have here, we have a 3/4 passage moving to 2/4 and then back to 3/4. And if you delete one of those time signature changes, like this 2/4 here, if I select it and press delete or backspace, then Sibelius is going to ask us what we want to do. Now, if you want the music to read properly in the resulting time signature, then you'll need to click yes when you get to this dialog and have Sibelius rewrite the bars up to the next time signature. I'm going to go ahead and click yes. And Sibelius has rewritten the bars going back to this 3/4 all the way through to this 3/4 here. And actually, this is just redundant, so I can select that 3/4 and delete it. Yes, we want to rewrite those bars properly. And click OK, and now everything from this point forward is in 3/4 properly. And by the way, if I was to select no in that dialog box that I didn't want Sibelius to rewrite my music, the time signature would be deleted, but your music will actually still appear as if it's in the old time signature. Now that can work to your advantage for advanced notations, but generally speaking, when you delete a time signature, you'll want Sibelius to rewrite those bars for you. Now, it's important to understand that when Sibelius adjusts rhythms for you, like it does when you add or remove a time signature amongst existing notes, or when you use the slide command to slide notes around, you'll end up facing some of the trickiest rhythmic editing that you'll encounter in Sibelius. And you can see some of that taking place here in my score. This here should be a bar rest. You're always going to want to go back and check your notations and fix them if you've done any sort of cut, copy, paste, repeat, sliding, or adding or removing of time signatures. So I'll select that bar and press delete to get my bar rest. And you may want to come over into this area, for example, and turn that half rest into 2 quarter rests if you like that look in 3/4. So remember that Sibelius does not autocorrect your rhythmic notation for you. Rather than being annoyed by that shortfall, you should be elated that your musical education does still matter. And remember to always take the time to review and edit the rhythms in your score after you've done any sort of editing discussed in the editing chapter.